Yo, what up? Rise and shine, all people. If it's sunny where you at, go get that sunlight, charge up, get that energy. Yeah. Whether I sound different or look different, it's from an older phone, just trying to produce content from this phone as well, just to see what it's capable of doing. This is a conversation with Rod with the Undiscovered podcast. I want to talk about a situation where people will use you for their advantage, only focus on they self and what's beneficial for them. So this happened about almost about a year ago today. So I'm helping out this breeder with pocket bullies allegedly. He was a neighbor. Let's just call himself Jose. So Jose just randomly come, like, he eventually find out his dog was pregnant. That was proven just by looking at her nipples and stuff, saying that it was swollen. So the first thing I asked him, I'm like, hey, have you been counting days? Do you know how long a dog stayed pregnant? No. How long a dog? About 60 days, 62 days. Oh, have you took the dog to the vet to get like an X-ray or anything like that? No. Okay, cool. He's going through a challenging time with living situations, and I'ma just leave it on that. Like, I don't want to slander him or nothing like that. I just want to tell her what it is from my perspective. So, like, yo, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Um, but the puppies gonna be fired, this and that. I'm gonna be selling them for 5 grand, 7 grand, 6 grand. I'm a, I'm a, I'm a send one to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to get promotion. Do all this. I'm gonna get my boy. I'm gonna get my. I'm gonna rename the people. I'm gonna give my boy Christopher a pop and stuff like that. Just making all these announcements of what he's gonna be doing. So, so the pups get here. He knocks on my door like 5:20 in the morning. I see him on my camera. So he's talking to me through the camera. He's like, yo, I got puppies, and this and that. I said, all right, give me a minute. Let me wash my face, brush my teeth. I do that. I meet him at his garage because literally he lives around the corner. So I think he'd be a cool new friend, neighbor, or whatever. So. So yeah, a few puppies is out. A few puppies was born. Wound up having 10 pups. So I'm like, yo, I know you're going through some issues. This is what I could do for you. I could pay for the dogs to get vaccinated, ears clipped, etc., etc. On these circumstances, I'm like, hey, whenever you're ready, come to my house. We could and get the certifications for the AKC registrations. So about about a week go past. I'm like, hey, what you want to do as far as getting the AKC? Oh, I gotta get this from the dad, etc., etc. This and that. I'm starting hearing so many different stories right in life. I can't even remember all of them. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, hey, but whenever you're ready, come over my house, and we, once you get that information, we can start getting this in motion. I said, but yeah, I'm gonna need you to sign my contract. So I mean, start acting a little bit funny. So we talking, we chilling, we chopping it up. He like, yo, this is what I could do. Um, I'm going through a hard time. I need to buy a house, etc., etc. So I'm like, yeah, right. I know you need to do that. Cool. That's the number one priority. Because my contract was going require me getting the rights to 3 pups. So that was that. So I know since he needed to buy a house, more than likely he wasn't gonna do that. He's like, yo, I could give you 1 pup as long as you can help me do X, Y, and Z. Mind you, these pups were stored in a garage at the beginning of the summer. The mom lived in a garage, and it was very human. I'm like, yo, you don't have nothing to keep her cool or anything in that nature or nothing like that. You don't have nothing to put the pups in or anything. No. So I was like, all right, bro, I got my dog's swimming pool. You could use that. I have a fan in my garage. You could use that. So I'm letting him use all that stuff. He's the type, if you let him use it, he thinks he's keeping it. So I start getting that type of vibes from him. So, yeah, we talking about how we going to sell these pups. I have people inquiring locally about a pup. I have people inquiring in the city about the pups. I had somebody that was from the city that relocated in Ohio asking about the pups. And the person that was originally from the city that relocated to Ohio is very credible people when it come down to dogs or whatever. He was like, yo, what's the ticket on the pups? I'm like, 5 bands. He was like, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. That is a fair price on it. So I knew that was valid once he said it because this dude been had dog experience from like 13. He's older than me. He's actually my brother, one of my brother best friends from East New York and stuff like that. So I knew him and his brother, whatever information that I felt necessary, I knew I could reach out to them and stuff like that. So yeah. So I'm like, all right, cool. Anytime I have questions that need to be, I will reach out through them, whether it's Facebook or if his brother was available to talk over the phone. Because he's a busy dude. He run his own business. He have his own pup in his family. So that's how that brought. That's how that came along. So yeah, I'm letting him hold all his equipment. He like randomly come to me one day. It's like, yo, bro, can I borrow $5? I need gas money to be able to get to work. I'm like, number one, I knew he worked in about 35 to 45 minutes away from where we lived at. So $5 of gas, I knew probably wasn't going to do much for him. So I'm like, all right, bro, let me go run an ATM. I go run an ATM. I'm like, yo, come outside. Here's the money. I say, yo, I know you asked for five. Um, here's a dub. Here's 20. So that should be able to get you a decent amount in your tank. Because realistically, I didn't want him asking me the next day for another $5 or whatever and stuff like that. I'm not saying he's one of these type of people as far as being a fiend or whatever, but I grew up around fiends from East New York and stuff, so I pick up on mannerisms and behaviors. So I'm like, all right, here's a dub. And I established, I'm like, yo, when are you gonna be able to pay me back? Like next week. So I'm like, all right, cool. So next week come, son came up. He was like, yo, can I just pay you next time I get paid? I'm like, all right, cool. That's in 2 weeks from now. I confirmed that. Yeah. So we chopping up, we chilling. It's getting closer to 2 weeks. I'm like, hey, you still gonna pay me back or when you get paid? Oh, I didn't say that, this and that. I meant, I meant next time I get paid. So the dude, once again, I knew he was going through some issues financially and as far as having a place to stay. So he was like, yo, I don't know what I'm doing. I got these pubs. She don't got no food, this and that. I'm like, what, bro? Like, what you mean you don't got no food for the mom? You don't got no food for the dogs and stuff. So, mind you, once he said that, I done brought powder formula to be able to feed the pups. I done brought bottles to feed the pups. I done brought the dog food because he need the dog food or whatever. So I'm like, bro, it's like